Hey, what is up, weirdos? It's Jonathan Mead from Uncaged Human, and today I want to share with you the best exercise, the best stretch for opening up your calves and your hamstrings and your Achilles all at the same time. So basically, all of this posterior chain, right, on the back side of your leg from your glutes to your hamstrings, down into your calves and into your Achilles. So this is one of what I believe to be one of the most bang for your buck sort of movements because it targets all these things kind of at the same time. So if you're struggling with flexibility in, let's say, your downward facing dog or your forward fold, or if you generally just like can't touch your toes and have a hard time reaching stuff off the ground, this is going to be really, really good for you. So in case you're wondering, and you see this, I have these toe spacers in right now. You don't have to wear these, but if you have been wearing shoes your whole life and your toes don't spread, that's not maybe the best thing ever. So highly recommend you check out Correct Toes. You don't have to get them from them, obviously, but there's a lot of really good options out there for just helping your toes get a little more spread in them. So just mention that in case you're wondering what I'm wearing on my toes while I'm doing this. So for this exercise, you're going to need either a yoga block or something like a half foam roller, or, honestly, you can just get a bunch of books, right? You don't have to have anything fancy, but I really like these cork yoga blocks. They have them in different sizes. So this one is a 3-inch. This one is kind of the gnarly one. It's a 4-inch. And just having a couple different size yoga blocks are really useful for a lot of different things, sitting on the ground and also doing stretches like this. So what we're gonna do to get ourselves set up, first of all, remember the 2-minute rule, right? So we wanna hang out in the stretch for at least 2 minutes. You're gonna place your forefoot on top of the block or the books, and you want to make sure the ball of your foot behind your big toe is on the block, and then also the ball of your toe behind your pinky. So just to kind of clarify, this part and this part is on the block. And then what you're going to do is you're going to hinge forward from your hip. So it's really important if you're trying to get more flexibility in your hips to distinguish between spinal movement and hip movement, right? So I want you to think about reaching forward with your belly button and your tailbone reaches back, okay? The other leg that's on the floor can stay bent. It's absolutely fine. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna lean forward until we hit our maximum, not our maximum, but let's say 70 to 80% of our range. And then we're going to hang out in here for about 2 minutes. And while you're hanging out here, right, it's really important to explore the movement and explore your range of motion. So I want you to play around with moving your hips side to side, play around with maybe bending your leg and straightening it. You can play around even with pressing your foot into one side and then the other side. And while you're here, this is a good opportunity to get in some diaphragmatic breathing. So the more we're in a parasympathetic nervous system state, that is to say we're relaxed, the more our body's going to be more likely to give us new range of motion and more receptive to opening up to new ranges. So, say I've been here for about 2 minutes now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ramp up a contraction, pressing my foot down into the block and pressing my butt back, okay? So I'm ramping up a contraction, just an isometric contraction about, let's say, 50% of my max effort. So I'll go 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm going to hold there, hold that effort for about 3 deep breaths into the diaphragm, into the belly. We'll talk about more about breath in a later video. super important topic. Okay, and now we're gonna try to lift the heel or the foot off of the block while pulling the belly button forward. Keep that contraction, hold for 3 breaths, and then relax, okay? So you may feel some tension, some stuff working that you're not familiar with, so go easy with this. Don't push yourself too hard, and just listen to your body. So then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, and play around with the height, right? So you might find 3 inches is plenty high. You might need only 2 inches. You might need more than that, okay? So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, bending that knee that's on the ground, right? And you wanna have that foot as close to in line with the other foot as possible. You're gonna straighten that leg, butt comes back. Hang out here. If you wanna make this a little bit more active too, you can try to reach for a target. So what you can do is do this kind of like hang loose sign. Put your pinky on your big toe and then connect your pinky to your other thumb and then try to reach your head down, not forward folding like this from your spine, but reaching from your belly button moving forward and your tailbone reaching back. Try to get your head to that place. Hey, Sophie. Sophie's my coach. She likes to help a lot. Here, sit there, Sophie. Sit there. Good girl. So you can do this for, say about 2 minutes. Remembering the rainbow, exploring your range of motion. And then you're going to ramp up a contraction. Pressing your foot down into the block. About 50% of your effort. And what this does is this activation is going to help you own the range of motion, because when we're able to actually use our muscles in that range, we're able to more actively control that range, and then our body sends a green light signal to open new range of motion because it feels safe in that position, right? If you can't create tension in a position, your body isn't going to want to trust it. Good, and then we will pull the toes up off the block, holding that 50% tension, reaching the belly button forward. 3 breaths, and then go ahead and relax that. So that is the back line stretch. Hopefully you found this useful. Hopefully you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions at all with this. I'm happy to answer them for you. Just shoot me an email, leave a comment down below this. Let me know what was most useful to you. What was your biggest insight or aha moment in this video? And I will see you in the next one. And oh yeah, if you aren't a subscriber yet, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Definitely ding that bell so you get notified I'm creating new videos for you every single week. And give this a thumbs up because it helps this video get out to more people and helps more people move better.